I sat down and I was about to start the stream, and it took a lot of prep for today's stream. You'll see why as soon as you see me. I went to start the stream and I realized Zoe has hidden my Elgato stream deck. I'm not joking. I don't know where it is, so I can't hit my little buttons. Dang it. All right, I'll go full screen. You'll see why today took a little bit of prep, because today, for one of our goals, I had to wear a corset for this stream, so I can barely breathe right now. Here we go. Corset reveal. I can barely move, so I don't know how I'm going to find my little stream deck. Anyway, are we all here? Are you guys in the chat? It's weird without seeing all the W's because I didn't play music. Yes, okay, we're good. Thank you, Goten. Welcome to Boop Troops. Oh, really? Every time. All right, before we get started, there are a few things we need to discuss, okay, about Roxy. Let me take a drink. Oh, my goodness. I wish I didn't have to start frazzled because I don't know where my stream deck is. Oh, let's breathe. I'll bring in Savage in a second once I go through this. Okay. So, Roxy is no longer with us. I made the decision on Saturday to let her go from the network. Most of you probably already know that if you were hanging out during the weekend. I'm sure I'll have questions to answer about that during the stream, and I'll be happy to. But when she left, there were a few things that hadn't been cleared up, or rumors that are going around, that I just want to address really quick before we start the show. Danny, thank you for $5. And Robust American Style, thank you for being a member for 1 month. Okay, so the first one is about a video that Thicc Gemini did on Saturday. It was a stream he did, and he received a privacy complaint on the video through YouTube. And I said that Roxy sent that privacy claim. I thought it was Roxy. It was not Roxy. So she did not do that. That's number one. Number two is her tier list on her channel for pricing for her membership tiers. I don't know where this came up from anybody talking about this, because I don't even think I've ever looked at them beyond the day I signed up for her channel, because it just didn't matter to me. But I have no complaints about her changing her tiers. Her tier pricing. I don't know, addressing that, since apparently that's a thing. And I guess I supposedly said she changed her tier pricing. I've never said any such thing. And the third one is that she owes me 10% of her private channel, her personal channel. To clear this up, she does not owe me 10% of her personal channel. She kept 100% of the money that she made on her personal channel. I did tell her that if she ever reached a certain point in her revenue, I would want to discuss taking 10%. That was something I wanted to work towards. But she did not, has not ever, and does not owe me 10%. There's everything. The jugs are dented no more. Why is that the first comment I saw? Thanks, Nick. Thanks. All right, now I got the boring stuff.
Besides whatever the hell she's wearing, a corset, I believe that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. I don't know. Let me be very real with you. Very real with you. Roxy said something very different from what we're hearing from Becky. Apparently, Roxy said that she wanted 10% even before she wanted an increase. So why would you want a 10% to begin with? Like, that's kind of like very Keemstar minded, where, well, if you make a certain amount, which is very high, I would like 10% of that. You know what I mean? That's very Keemstar. But I guess, birds of a feather do flock with each other, right? Or they're a bird of prey, right? Right. Now, the whole Gemini thing, I've heard different things between whether or not it was Roxy. Roxy does clear it up. It wasn't her, so it could have been somebody else way different. The tier thing, apparently that was actually something that's not the case. Roxy said the opposite, saying that Becky did. If ever never careful, because we will watch the Becky stuff. Really, besides that, with this whole stream, I guess I can show you a random clip or something else. Just so I can torture myself and make this video just a little longer. Most of it was just whatever. It was just like, apparently Dick Gemini was supposed to come after this, which I guess we can cover the Dick Gemini after we're done with Roxy stuff, because kind of it felt bad for him in some way, but at the same time I'm like, well, you made your own bed. because Becky went an extra 30 minutes, and most of this was just a goon show, which they really didn't make too much money. Funny enough, from last time I checked, I could be wrong. I think I'm not even sure if they lowered their goal from 800 to 500. It's probably still now $800. So hey, you know what? You should probably lower it back down to 500, just so it would be easier and people have more of a incentive to give you money. Also, I kind of realized she changed her channel into the BBN rather than the BB, whatever it was originally, the Becky show. And throughout the stream, you kind of saw some tension between, you kind of see some tensions between, her and Roxy. Right, right. Right, you kind of saw some tension, but not Roxy, her and Savage. There was just a little bit of a moment where I can see tension arising really fast at any given moment. Since they do have a bad history, but yeah, I got the water on the bridge for now. For now, let's move on.
Whoa, you're like frozen, Savage. Look at her, she's frozen. Wheels turning, Savage, come back. Robust American style. Thank you for $1.
The fact that people pay for this is very hilarious in my eye. That people genuinely pay for it and sit here and call it entertainment. I don't know. I'm not really an entertainer. I don't see myself as it's entertainment, but this is just pretty bad. This is really bad in all different fronts. I'm just like, you know what? I don't even know what's good anymore. I completely just lost it. Maybe I'm the crazy one, guys. Maybe I am just the crazy one. After all, you know. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Let's move on to the Roxy stuff, then we'll end it with thicc Gemini.
That'll be awesome. Thank you. Yes, yes. I don't know how to do any of that stuff, so that'll be great. Okay. So the first thing I want to address, I was going to address, was a lot of the falsehoods that, number one, Gemini. thicc Gemini has been talking out of his... I don't know where he's getting his information from, but me knowing how he works from the LCU, he will spit whatever comes in his head out of his mouth without even thinking. And he said some pretty false allegations against me, which is up. The main one is that I struck his channel for a privacy complaint. First of all, I don't know how to do that. Second of all, I've been on YouTube long enough, especially in Grow World, where you don't do that. You don't do that shit. You give yourself a bad name. You give yourself like a snitch. You're like a snitch. You know, and I'm not a snitch in my life. If I see somebody friggin' do something bad, I didn't see shit. I didn't see shit. I don't know nothing. I don't see shit. Only time I would ever in my life take it that far is if you dox my family, dox me, or threaten me. Threaten me as in to do something really, really bad to me. Not just, oh, I'm gonna whoop your ass. None of that shit. I don't care about that. That is the only time I would ever take it to that level. So Gemini needs to apologize. I know Becky addressed that. I did watch a little bit of her the beginning. So I talked to her and told her my concerns. And even though I'm going to leave a lot of the shit, it's water under the bridge, whatever. She apologized to me. She cleared things up. But there are certain things that I feel she kind of like made it seem like me and her were good. We're good. I may come back and everything's good. Listen, right now, with my life right now the way it is, I cannot commit myself to nobody but my family right now. And I always say God does things for a reason. And I think the reason why me and Becky, I thought we left on good terms was because maybe sometime in the future, when things are better, we could have worked together. But dude, the shit I seen her say about me in the Discord, it broke my heart. Number one, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was crushed that she fired me. I was sad, I was crying, I was upset. I built that with her. I loved working with her. And then I thought we parted ways great. I still supported her. And then I get these Discord messages of her calling me a snake and I'm no good and my IRLs were boring. It's like, what the? So whatever, you know, that's fine. That's her opinion. But then she says today that the door is open for me. So I would like her to clear it up with me, maybe on the phone. You know, where are you at? Because I'm good with you. I never said a bad thing about you. I don't try to play the victim. I did quite the opposite. When people were saying, oh, Roxy, it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair to you. I was like, you know what? Shit happened. It's all good. I'm good. I'll get over it. Don't stop supporting her. I support her. So I'm kind of confused at where her head's at. The privacy complaint she did clear up. I did not do that. I didn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Number two, she's telling me that she didn't do this, but I have messages and also her own Discord says in there that I up my memberships. From day one when I was able to make memberships, I've never touched them. Whether I have 1,000, 10,000, 15, 20,000, the only way I would ever up my membership would be if I have a Discord, which I don't plan on having a Discord because I see what goes on in every Discord, and I am not dealing with that shit. The doxing, the smack talking, the people coming in. I don't want that on my chest if something bad happens. Roxy, you are working with... Yeah, okay, drama alert, you wish. You know damn well that's one of the reasons why I won't come back to your ass, because I don't want to work with Mike. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't change my memberships. I would never change it. I wouldn't. Unless I have a Discord, and I don't want to have a Discord. So $1.99, $4.99, and $9.99, that's what it is. That's what it always was. I never changed it. She did clear that up too. So thank you, Becky, for clearing all this up. It's just there's some people that didn't, you know, maybe didn't see. So another thing was she clearly stated that she was supposed to get 10% of my channel here. No. And she also, I don't know if she cleared that up over there. I didn't get to watch her a lot because I came right home, jumped in the shower, tried to eat. Something shady is happening. You guys, please get to the bottom of it. Yeah, why don't you help me get to the bottom of it then, Keem? Help me get to the bottom of it then. Because you know, if whatever's happening, obviously you know what's happening, but don't say I'm working for Mike. Because you know that's one of the reasons why I won't go back to LSU, because I won't want to work. I don't want to work with Mike. I don't hate him. I have no ill will toward him. It's just we don't get along. We don't get along. And I don't want to work with him. His business is his business. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want to talk about it. And another thing too, Becky's saying, okay, let me get back to this. Stop. He's pissing me off. Right now. Becky's saying that she was supposed to get 10% of my channel. Well, when I talked to her, she's like, no, I never said that. I'm like, Becky, you did say that. Like, it's literally in your Discord. You said that. Oh, Ani, well, thank you so much for being a member for 1 month. I still keep my membership. Thank you, Ani Wolf. I appreciate it. And a lot of the supporters that I have, they got upset by that. They got upset by her saying that, I know, Razor, tell him, get the floss, you freaking troublemaker. Get out of here. So, thank you, Cam G. So, yeah, a lot of people got upset with me about that, about the memberships, which I didn't change, about the 10% of my channel. And she even told me, no, Roxy, that was maybe a misunderstanding on my part, or maybe I said it wrong. I told them, stop it, Keem! Knock it the fuck, you I'm not even hurting you, you No hate, I swear. Something shady is happening. Then help me find out. He's gonna piss me off. Keem, listen, I'm trying to clear shit up. Stop. I know something shady is going on. If you want to help me get to the bottom of it, then help me. You stop it. God, he's pissing me. I'm gonna hurt him. I'm gonna hurt him. Stop. Thank you, the fuck one of you, troublemaker. I can't even think now. He's pissing me off so bad. You know what he does? He'll text me something stupid. And I'm like, dude, we're not live. Like, I'm not a retard. He was like, I know we're not live. You're still a retard, though. Like, you're still stupid. I'm like he's just an ass. Off. Damn. Need me remember for 1 month. I'm keeping my membership. Also, thank you so much, Nee Marie. Team. He's such a ass. Just saying. I'm not trolling. Okay, maybe listen, I know you're not trolling when something is going on. I know you're not. But you're asking me when I'm the one that needs to ask you or Becky or Mike what the f is going on. Because I see people all over clip channels saying, I'm working for Keem, I'm working for Mike, I'm working for this, I'm working for that. Roxy is on the dinky little channel right here.
So yeah, that's Roxy kind of giving the basic gist of why her and Becky separated. Quite interesting that apparently on one end at least with Becky, she was giving out the expression of like, well, we ended with good terms and everything, right? We just split way, but in reality, she got fired, right? Whereas Roxy said, no, whether or not you want to believe Becky or you want to believe in Roxy, I'll let you decide. But it's coming to the privacy complaint. It could have, again, whether you want to believe one or the other, I think if they're both kind of saying it, then I guess it may be true that Roxy did not strike Dick Gemini with it, yeah, and even Roxy said like, striking people is a sneaky move because we've seen it before on this side of the internet. But it's funny because Becky did bring up Boyd, so Boyd's got mentioned. Cool, cool. Besides that, right? Besides all of that, the 10%, I guess in reality, like Becky wanted the 10%. That's interesting. But everything else got cleared up, and I feel like from what Roxy said, there's probably was much. I feel like what I got from this also is like there's really more behind the scenes that happened between Becky and Roxy, but that's perfectly fine. I think it is what it is, and I think that their relationship ended could have ended way worse, sir. It could have ended way, way worse. And obviously, when it's coming to their supporters, I think Dick Gemini was kind of mad about that. But it's like people can support who they want, but it is interesting to see who they're going to support more or the other. But I think it's a common thing. If people like the particular person, they're going to support that person more than the other. So it is what it is. Keem obviously was talking, and obviously I didn't really bring it up with the whole with the Becky section of this whole video, mostly because I didn't really want to, and I already done it to death. So there you go for the people who are curious. That's Roxy explanation, and we got Becky's reasoning. Whether you want to believe Roxy or Becky, or whether you don't want to believe them or not, yeah, let that be it, right? Right. I think for the most part. Now, what do I think about the BBU? I think I'll have to do a separate video on the BBU about their potential future, but we'll have to wait and see how things happen. Now, let's go to Dick Gemini and end this video.
You had to come check. There's a lady in there. Oh shit! You can see the purple. Sherry was behind. I'll be the judge of that. But boss up. I'm just like, what the fuck? This is a perfect wig for Tina. She has some ratty looking hair. My blood pressure, Bo. I need a 5-hour energy. I swear to God, Michael. I'm gonna crack Becky her head. And Thick Gemini, that fat fucking walrus.
Yeah, that was Dick Gemini. That was good old Gemini, kind of getting screwed over by Becky for the whole stuff. Not really. I don't know what I can really say or could be say. The man went on for almost like what, 2.5, 3 hours. Good on him, but like he got screwed over for the first hour, and then like Becky had to tell him to go on longer, and he was like kind of pissy, so he did. In the end, I kind of felt bad, but it's like, that's what happened. You work with her, and you could kind of tell they don't like each other, but it is what it is. Let's continue. Or really, this is really the end of the video. So I guess till next time, ladies and gentlemen. God bless.